Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out XLM's chart, and I believe in the previous video, we were right in here about the 30 cents area, and I was saying there's a good chance in XLM we are going to see another move down in order to fill this important gap all the way down here about 27 to about 27.5 cents. So what happened? We did continue our move down, but as you can see, we are definitely not here yet. However, I think we need to be flexible, and in the interest of being objective, I think we should now consider a possibility indicating this point might be our final low. And in it, I still argue this is an ABC zigzag, and now I'm gonna say this point is probably the end of our B leg, and this can be maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, probably a diagonal structure, since in here we are having clearly overlapping of the waves into our C leg, and this point is actually the low of our correction. Now let's go around here. Okay, so in a lot of altcoins right now we are around some good supports, and in the short term we are kind of able to identify at least a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm saying that we need to see yet another move up into wave 5 in order to talk bullish with a bit more confidence and argue the low is in. However, in XLM there are some nuance. Let's go around here. Okay, so when you look at this structure, you're absolutely able to say this is one correction for wave 2, maybe like a flat, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 3, correction for 4, and yet another move up into wave 5. We are 100% able to argue that. But what's the difference in here? It actually comes down to this move on the downside starting from this low and ending to about here. Why is that? Because I think there is a chance that in XLM we may have an ABC in form of, yes, possibly an expanded flat, which looks like this. This is our initial move up into a correction for wave B, and yet another move up into our C leg. And in this phase, we are going to take the height of our A leg, and for the subwaves, ABC up into A, ABC, or maybe WXY down into wave B, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure into wave C. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is going on. So here's the deal. You can argue this is A, B, C up, and then this might be an A, B, C structure down, something like this. And even if this is going to be a 5 wave on the upside at that point, I think we should consider the possibility of having an ABC flat, which indicates we may see after this is over yet another move down in order to take this low, and in this phase we may finally go and fill this important gap all the way down here about like the 27.5 cents area. This is kind of the main difference between XLM and a lot of other altcoins. Sure, we are having kind of an impulse if we get another move up in here. However, this might be on a higher degree part of a correction structure. Question: when can we say this scenario is going to happen and we're going to see a big move down, or maybe the low is already in? Well, here is the deal. What happens after a 5 wave up? You know it. One way or the other, we are going to have a move down. Now, the move down itself, from my point of view, doesn't really matter. It is kind of predictable. What really matters is the shape of our move. If we get, for example, from here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, a rather strong move down without a lot of overlapping of the waves, that's not going to be a good sign, and it suggests most likely our move down is not over. On the other hand, if we get a slow and choppy move down, okay, that can be an optimistic sign suggesting maybe this is 1, this is 2, and what are we going to have next according to this scenario? Massive move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and at that point we can say the low of our correction in a stellar lumen is already in. The point that I'm trying to make is this 5 wave up in XLM by itself is absolutely not enough, unlike a lot of other odds. You need to pay very close attention to the next move, because that is pretty much going to determine what we are having in the short term. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in a stellar lumens chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.